Um, okay. I want to bring it back to the pandemic and how like how you dealt with the pandemic. And I want to break this down like you as a maintenance man. So
The time in my life.
so like for the listeners, just give us like a rundown, like what happened during this time, and what was your favorite memory as a maintenance man?
I think yeah, I guess to go off the back of what we were saying before. So
Yeah.
I was working at the airport.
Yeah.
And I was pursuing, I was
Aviation.
pursuing that.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened. So obviously like that was everything shut. So I was there was no work to be done. So it got to a point where they were still paying me, but there was no work to be done. So for a little bit, it was just, that was really the time where we were playing a lot of games.
Yes,
online.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, we
It
were.
was just and it was still fresh in the pandemic. I think everyone was just getting used to it.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
So I wasn't doing anything. And then it got to the point where it's like, all right, it's been 2 or 3 months. I really got to start doing something. and I wasn't sure what I was going to do, because it's kind of like, well, I was expecting that, any week now things will get better and I'll just go back to my job at the airport. But it kind of wasn't getting better. And then I forgot who, but someone linked me up with like the manager at Heathdale, but the Melton campus.
Yeah.
And apparently, they needed like a maintenance / gardener there.
So back to the beginning.
Yeah, back to my origin, I guess.
The origin villain story.
Looking back, it's such a random time in my life. Like, I still find it really funny that I even took that job. It's just kind of, it was kind of a random thing to do. It wasn't aligned with anything I wanted to do. Yeah. Like, I know how to use tools, but it's not like I want to do that as a job.
What was your favorite memory, like being a maintenance man?
Oh man, so the Melton campus. Okay, I'll give like a real one.
Yeah.
Obviously I don't work there anymore, so I can say this story. But pretty much the Melton campus is massive. Yeah. It's huge. And
wait, is this gonna incriminate you?
Nah, I don't know. If it's bad,
we'll cut it. We'll cut it.
Yeah. But pretty much, I think I'm gonna say like.
Is the inner Mowbray coming up again?
So pretty much, you got the front half is just all the classrooms and the actual like school that they've built, and then the back half is a massive athletics field, a huge. I think there's a basketball stadium with 3 courts, and then the footy oval. And another random field, like another athletics field. It's really huge. But because the school only went up to like year 7 or 8, the back area wasn't used. So it would always get overgrown. Yeah. So a lot of times, like I would be driving this tractor, mowing the grass. Yeah. And that was chill because I would just listen to a podcast or music all day. And then I'm just like driving this thing around, and then that's my day.
That's your memories.
And then you're just outside enjoying the weather. But the thing that wasn't the thing. The memory was, so they had this golf buggy. Yeah. They had this golf buggy, which is how they would get around. And the thing was like, it was kind of...
Oh, it's like for all the maintenance, man.
Yeah.
Like that's like bring your tools and it's just
and
something to get around.
Yeah. And this thing was like kind of fast. So it was pretty fun to drive. And there's absolutely no one back there. Yeah. So around the athletics track, it was kind of like covered in gravel at that point. Yeah. So what I would do is I'd be just flooring it on the golf buggy, and then I would be drifting it around the track on the gravel. Yeah, and
sounds like a episode in like GTA or something. Just pick up a random car and just drive wherever you want to go.
Yeah, so that was fun, and it's kind of like
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I mean, if they saw me doing that, I probably would have got fired.
It's all right, bro. It's a Melton.
Yeah. But I think, like, if I'm going to give a real answer of, like, what do I think of when I think back to that time? So they were renovating a lot of the old classrooms. Yeah. Like, the school was actually Mowbray's old campus. So this is, like, a real origin story. Like, I actually, even when I was there, I found an old yearbook with my photo in it. Oh. Yeah. So it was, that was funny. But pretty much a lot of the old Mowbray classrooms that were abandoned for, like, a couple years. And then now Heathdale, they bought the campus and they're doing it up. So I was working with this other guy, and we were doing demolition to clear out all the classrooms. basically taking everything out of the classroom.
I just can't imagine you like smashing the walls and stuff.
Yeah.
But is that what you're doing? That?
Yeah, like with a sledgehammer, and you just smash everything. So I was doing that, and then it was basically to clear it out for the actual tradies to come in, like build the classroom. So when I look back, I'm like, oh yeah, because I got to see the finished product before I left. Like I got to see the actual classroom done.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's cool. At least I contributed to that.
You're taking down the partition walls and that's what you like. Right?
Yeah, and a lot of cabinetry and stuff like that. And then I remember before I left, because I think I left at the end of the year, and they had like the staff day.
Yeah.
So I actually ran into a bunch of our old teachers, and I was speaking to
But y'all don't say that. But y'all don't say that.
and then he remembered me, and then he's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I was,
Oh, he sounds like that?
I'm not gonna try and copy him.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
We can say anything on this podcast.
But he was asking me, he was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I just kind of gave him the rundown, and then he was really encouraging. He was actually like, oh yeah, it's really good. You spent years here, and we were teaching you, and then now you come back and you give back to the school. And so I kind of left that job. I'm like, all right, yeah, I can take that. I'll take that on board.
Yeah.
So this all happened during COVID, yeah?
Yeah.
So we would always play PlayStation 4 during this time as well. And me and Yoss and David would be anticipating your Heathdale stories.
Yeah.
Of you on the track.
Yeah. Because we were just like, damn, this job is like so sick.
Yeah.
good.
No, I remember there was one time that they had a ute, and it had the Heathdale logo on it.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was driving past a classroom which had like those windows that have like the mirror, the privacy
Yeah.
screening on it, so it's kind of like a
Tinted.
mirror.
Yeah.
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 And I was driving past. I'm like, oh, hold up, I can see myself. And then I just took in the car and I sent it to all the guys. Like, hey, look what I'm
Look at my whip.
Do you have it? Do you have it anywhere?
It's probably
We're
in one
gonna
of our
share
chats.
it.
Yeah, we're gonna show this one.
Yeah. So,
You're just being surrounded by Heathdale and Mowbray
oh, what a
for the
time!
rest of your life.
I have to get out of there.